Amazing, amazing. So, guys, listen, I am really, really excited for this call. I was doing my study this morning, and this chapter, I'm telling you, it just it gives me peace of mind because I know that if I take care of certain things, the universe will take care of the rest. Obviously, last week we talked about the first principle of the science of getting rich. The first principle, which basically was everything is created twice in our mind and then in the physical, right? And it talked about how there's basically an invisible world and there's a visible world. And what we're doing is we're basically mentally living in our invisible world and then taking massive action in the visible world. And then that's when the shift happens. Okay. And it's understanding that emotionally and kind of acting as if and kind of playing life's like a game of chess. When you make a move, the universe goes, "Ooh, you've made that move. That's interesting. That tells me you believe this outcome." You know, when you plan for success, right? And that's what this information does. And when you hear it over and over again on repeat, you just become more unconsciously competent at applying it, essentially. And you start to do things automatically, and you've got like your default is different. So obviously, Bob Proctor, like I mentioned, he gave me the book Science of Getting Rich. He told me to read chapters 4, 14, and 7. Last week we talked about chapter 4. Today we're talking about chapter 14. What I will say is that when you invest into yourself, there's no value. You can't put a value on that because the return on investment when you invest into yourself is basically unlimited. Do you understand that? So like when people moan about like let's say a monthly subscription, I'm thinking first of all, how many monthly subscriptions do you have coming out that bring nothing back? First of all. Second of all, with when you invest into yourself, it's basically like you stepping outside of yourself, giving yourself money. That's how I see it. Every time we go to an event, every time we invest in this, we invest in that, I get myself a book. I don't see it as an expenditure. I see it as like I'm actually giving myself more money, right? John Maxwell said, if you empty the coins in your wallet into your mind will fill your wallet up with cash. So like that's kind of how it works. So that's how I see like self-investment. Definitely keep doing that 100%. So part two, listen, the impression of increase. Who's been reading the chapters? Chapters 4, 14, and 7. Who's been reading them? You don't have to. I've still been reading them. The impression of increase. Love this chapter, man. So first of all, what's the impression mean? Impression means an idea slash feeling about something or someone, especially one formed without conscious thought or on a basis of little evidence. Meaning, have you heard of like first impressions count? Impressions. And sometimes when we have an impression of someone, and what an impression is, it's we're basically making a judgment off little evidence. We can't even put into words why we are gravitated to a certain person, why we like certain people when we first meet them, or when we're around them, we like being around certain people, we don't like being around certain people. Um, and this chapter breaks down like what that is. And correct me if I'm wrong, that is super important in business, in life, in general, right? Imagine being someone that just no one likes to be around. Like it's not going to work out. You're not going to have a great life, right? So it's like this is super important because really life's about being rich in relationships, to be honest. That's another reason why I love network marketing because you create, yes, okay, you get rich financially, but you also get rich in relationships as well. And that's really where like the fulfillment and like the magic happens. So the first thing that I've wrote down from the chapter is this: you must direct your present actions to the business in which you are presently engaged. Now, this does not mean, let's say, for instance, you're in elite right now and you're building this part-time. This also means directing your efforts into your job, for example, meaning like how you do one thing is how you do everything. think I mentioned last week that I was the happiest person at Jaguar Land Rover before I quit because I was taking pride in who I was whilst at that place. I used to resent it. I used to hate it. And when I was in that vibration, nothing was happening in my business either. The second I started to actually become a good employee, when my manager gave me a task, I got it done to the highest quality, fast as well. And once I started to act like that, everything in my business changed as well because how you do one thing is how you do everything. Does that make sense? Same with, I don't care if you want, like I've said before, you want to see me take the rubbish out? Like, I'm telling you, I'm like, you could tap this. If you saw me take my rubbish out, you'd be like, that guy's going visionary. 100%. You know, I'm just like, I'm telling you right now, like, you want to see me wash up, man. It's mad. So like, now you don't want to see it. Like, it's weird. Um, but what I'm trying to say is how do one thing is how do everything. So you wanna act successful. You want to have a positive attitude in every scenario moment, in your life. Okay, because this is gonna and this is so important. I can't wait. I kind of want to spoil it for you at the moment, but I'm gonna go through it as to why this is important. Okay. So by doing your daily work in a certain way, so you have to be super present in what you're doing, and you have to do it in a certain way. I remember last week I talked about the certain way is how you think. The certain way is what's going on inside your mind. I was talking to someone today in the gym and I said, I was talking to Shu in the gym and I was talking about how before I quit my job, I had people come up to me and like, let's say I jumped on a Zoom call and they'd be like, I want to be as successful as you. I want to, my goal is to basically be like you. And I'm like, I'm still work at the factory. What are you talking about? I'm not making any money right now. But what happened is obviously I was giving the impression of increase. What they were saying was based off of the impression, the energy that I had, how I did things. Like when I book a Zoom call with someone, I'm like, I send it, I get it booked in the schedule. Zoom link goes out straight away. It's like I want to shock them with my imp like your professionalism. Does that make sense? I want to shock them with like how I am. I'm a professional. Okay, so the key thought of all your efforts must be to convey to their mind the impression of increase. What does this mean? This is difficult. This is difficult. This is basically you deciding that you know exactly where you're going, essentially. You know exactly where. See, if you don't know where you're going, you can't have, it's almost impossible to leave the impression of increased on people. Does that make sense? Because you need to know exactly where you're going, which is why this is a good chapter following on from the chapter 4, which is all about deciding where you're going. Because now you know where you're going, you're going to be like, now I know where I'm going, meaning if you even come near me, I said to a prospect I said, listen, I'll be honest. If you just attach your boat to mine, you're going to win. Why? Because I know where I'm going. I know where I'm driving my boat. Do you know why? I know who my boat's attached to. Mr. Alex Moore. I know it because I know where my boat's attached to. Anyone that comes near me, man, congratulations. Anyone that locks in, congratulations. I was on a call last night with the CEO of the company, the founder of the company, Mr. Alex Morton, talking about where we're going. So if you're a part of this company right now and you're locked in, you're deciding to have common sense and not be distracted like a lot of people are right now, which is okay. Congratulations, that's all I'm saying, because of the frequency and the energy. Okay, just ride the wave with us. Everything that me, Elliot, and Jin Bratch recommend, trust that it's coming from a place of like we're being led. We're not making it up. We're being led. Okay. Next, increase is what all men and women are seeking. See, regardless of what they tell you, regardless of what you think about them, every man and every woman that you know are seeking more. The desire is inherent in all nature. It says here, all human activities are based on the desire for increase. So when people say, I just want to check out the information, No, they don't. You know that all activities are based on the desire for increase. So you want to check out. I want to know why you want to check out the information. I just want to check it out. Yeah, I know you do because you're scared to tell me what you want. I get it. But you see, you're not going to get access to the information until you tell me what you want. Is it more time you want? Do you want to travel more? Do you want to make more money? What is it? Because the second I know what they want, they know I know what they want. It's why you never see a professional network marketer dash out this information like it's a flyer. I want to know exactly what you want, right? Because I know you want more because of all human activities is based on the desire for increase. Who do you know wants to make more money? Stop thinking, read the chapter, everyone. Who do you want to save money on travel? Stop thinking, read the chapter, everyone. Perfect. Well, that's what we have as a company. We save money, we make money. So guess what? Every single person you know is a potential customer slash business builder for a lead. Is this making sense? This is why leaders, we're not like, I wonder if that person's interested. We're like, no, is that person breathing? Perfect. Hello. They clearly want a lead. Why? They want to save money, they want to make more money. The question is, do they want to save money and make more money with you? You can increase your chances of that happening. Like I've just got someone connected to Alex Morton. He's been following me for 6 years. He was like, Jake, you ain't got to sell me on anything at this point. Send me the link. Because he knows that he knows where I'm going. He knows where I've come from. He knows where I'm going. It's a done deal. Where increase of life ceases, dissolution and death set in at once. When you stop growing, when you stop seeking, when you stop learning, when you stop being curious, when you stop stretching and stop stepping out your comfort zone, nothing stays the same. Are you aware of this? Are you aware that nothing stays the same? You're either growing or dying. There's no like maintaining. If you build a body and then don't go to the gym, you know your body's going to deteriorate. How do you keep it? You have to keep going to the gym. When you build a business, talking from experience, a painful one, when you build a business and take your foot off the gas because you think it's going to keep growing, it's going to deteriorate. I know we say residual income, it's freedom. This is a universal law about your personal development. Same in a relationship with a partner. One of you grows, one of you don't. One's growing, one's dying. Seriously, that's how serious it is. So like that there has to be some sort of growth. It doesn't have to be in the same vehicle, same arena, but you both do have to be learning and growing to maintain a lively relationship. You understand that, right? Amazing. Only those who gain more retain any. Oh man. I had a moment this morning. I was like, oof. Only those who are constantly moving and grooving actually retain anything because it says here then, from him who hath not shall be taken away even that which he hath, meaning the second that you think you've got it, you've lost it. This is why on the next chapter we talk about gratitude and the levels of gratitude. Like it's so important never to lose that, never to lose that, never forget what you did, never forget who really gave you the stuff. It wasn't you. It wasn't you. From him who hath not shall be taken away, even that which he hath. This was big for me this morning. I was like, wow, everything's my fault. The good, the bad. And whenever anything bad has happened, it's because of me. You get that, yeah? I can go deeper on that one, but we're gonna, keep the call under an hour. The normal desire for increased wealth is not an evil or reprehensible thing. Why have I said this? Guys, you'd be amazed at how many people feel guilty for trying to get rich. Who's experienced that? Be honest. Who's experienced a little bit of, I do want to make more money. You know what I mean? Like, especially around people that like, you should be happy with what you got. You know those people? You got a good job, Jake. What are you talking about? You're greedy. Greedy. Guys, let me repeat that sentence. Ready for this? I underline normal, the normal desire for increased wealth. When did it become abnormal to not want to be rich? Like, come on. When did that happen? At what point, especially like in our economy where everything costs money? Like, we just went for some food, I had a cigar, I had a couple of drinks. Guess what? There was a bill at the end that cost me money. Now, if I had like not a lot of money, that bill would impact me more than if I had a lot of money. You understand that? Who's ever been shopping and on the way home thinking, they don't need to do that? Was that, you can't even enjoy the outfits because you're thinking, man, I mean, I look good, but do you understand? So like abundance of finances, just, you can just be who you want to be. Who's ever really had a desire to buy someone that you love something, but you can't? So hang on a minute. Is that not you wanting to express more love through a financial gift? Of course. So guys, make it normal. It's trust me, in this environment, it's normal to want to get rich. Do you understand that? Like, I don't apologize for it at all, at all. And for those that watch my latest podcast, but you probably understand why my wife wants to fly on a private jet. I've fucked it. Do you know what I'm saying? I need to like. So all men and women are attracted to an individual who can give them more of the means of life. What reputation? I'm speaking to Kath. Shout out to Kath. Doing so many. By the way, man, shout out to everyone who's doing the social media challenge as well. Stepping out your comfort zone. It's incredible. I love seeing that chat and who you're all becoming. It's great. I spoke to Kath and I'm like, I can actually see like your reputation changing, your identity's changing. You're becoming that person that people are going to go to when they also desire increase. You're becoming that person. But guess what? Trust is built over time. I just told you that I'm just sponsored someone from New York. He's followed me for 6 years. This guy could go visionary in the next 90 days. Some people will say, oh, that's lucky. Jay got lucky. Sponsored someone in New York, got lucky. Got lucky. 6 years. You understand? You have to build that reputation of I am someone that if you come around me, you're gonna have to start believing in yourself. If you're around me, you're gonna feel like dropping some bad habits. If you're around me, you're gonna want to pick up a book and learn. If you're around me, trust me, you're gonna want to get better. That's the reputation that you want to build, man. Impression of increase. Okay, so you want to convey the impression of increase slash advancement with everything that you do so that all people shall receive the impression that you are an advancing person. Okay, so convey the impression of increase with everything you do so that all people shall receive the impression that you're an advancing person. Okay, this could also just be complimenting someone. Like, how many times have you just been in your own head and the last thing you want to do is compliment people because it doesn't even cross your mind about complimenting people because you're in your own head trying to figure you out still. And then have you ever thought, have you ever actually thought like, you know what, let me just take the tension off myself for a second. And then when I walk into this gym, when I walk into this place, I'm going to actually actively look for ways to compliment people. Have you ever stopped to just stop your mom or your dad or a friend or a sister or brother and be like, do you know what? I want to let you know, I don't think I've ever let you know this. I really appreciate how you do X, Y, Z. I really admire how you do da 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 da. That there on a subconscious level is letting them know that you are okay with yourself. You're okay with yourself. You know what you're good at. To the point now where you're putting the intention on me. This is why when you speak to people about them, you're rubbing them up the right way. When you speak to people about you, you're rubbing them up the wrong way. It says in this chapter that anyone who's boastful that actually comes across as lack of faith. No one likes the boastful person, do they? You ever been in those people? You ever been in those people that all they do is talk about themselves? You're like, oh, fucking hell, Jesus. Can't we just let someone else say that about you, please? Because, like, I mean, I actually, the mad thing, sometimes I actually agree with what they're saying. I just wish they weren't saying it about themselves. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm like, I actually agree with what you just said there, but like, please never say that again. Like, can I just hear it from someone else? Okay, so that's probably a key. Ready for this? Because guys, if you know you're good at something, you don't really have to. Do you know what I mean? Come on, stop trying to sell everyone, convince everyone. It's like that's what those people that like. Oh, I can't stand this. I can't stand this. Let's say you're going through a bit of drama. You know those people that run around trying to get people on their team. Hey man, so let me ask you a question. You know, if this happened, how would you feel? So yeah, so I'm right. I'm right in thinking, yes, team member number one. Boom, here we go. I'm not a psycho. I'm okay for being annoyed. Those people, man. You know what I do with those people? So as soon as I start, I'm like, yeah, man, cool story, bro. Man, you're looking good, man. You've been working out. Just completely change conversation, drop a compliment, shift their vibration instantly. See, I don't really get into all that stuff, but yeah, look, change conversation. You're not going to drag me into that shit. This ain't Jeremy Coyle. I used to watch that. Do you know I used to watch that show? I used to love that show. I used to watch that show. I used to love that show. I did. And you know what's mad? I'd then turn around and then my life would be it. Because what you tune into, you turn into. What's entertaining you now is training you now. But what's my life full of shit? Dramas, crazy shit going on, crazy. Look at this numpty on here, man. Crazy. Just letting it all go into the sub, changing my vibration. Mad. So yeah, let every act, tone, and look express the quiet assurance that you are getting rich, that you are already rich. Guys, I'm one of those guys where, like, correct me if I'm wrong, like this morning, I planned out my day. Get this. I planned out my day this morning, like, like a to-do list. And I looked at it before I did anything, and I thought, wow, like, if I do that, it's going to be a great day. I then actually had the feeling of, I've had a great day today already. It's almost like, when you go to the gym, and like, whenever I go to my coach, and I'm like, bro, like, I want to look like this. Okay. And he's like, yeah, man, perfect. If you want to look like this, here's the diet, here's the training plan. I already feel like I look shredded because I've got the plan. I'm like, man, no way. This is it. Boom. And that's how everyone should feel in this environment. Why? You are in an environment right now where there are people that were in your position that you are currently in that are now in a better financial position. And they use the exact vehicle that you are currently driving. And the only difference between you and them is time plus consistent action. Because there's a lot of people just put time in. They miss the second part. So it has to be the consistent action plus time. Because you can be a member at a gym for 12 months and only go twice. You understand? Compared to the members, someone who's been at the gym, member of the gym for 12 months and gone 5 times a week. Different results. Same time, different results. So that's the only difference between you and where you want to be. So it's just massive action because you've got the same vehicle, massive action, as much action as possible. Yeah. So what does that mean? Bring it into the now. You're already rich. Why not? You're studying information, you're reprogramming your mind, you're in the right vehicle, around the right people. The only thing between you and your goal is time. Time stands for what? Things I must experience. Fucking hell. meaning there are things that you must experience, not might. See, I wish it was might. I wish, trust me, I wish it was things I might experience. I promise you it's not. It's things I must experience to become the person that I need to become. Man, I know what Alex Morton says. He says, here is a place and there is a place. Here, visible, there, invisible. T is the only difference between those two words, and that T stands for, guess what? Time. I knew this. This information, don't forget, this information is what I've lent on from the beginning. People will go where they are given increase. This is my favorite paragraph right now. I'm about to read you. I love it. Ready for this? The supreme power, which again, the supreme power, what's that, man? Let's just, I'm from Birmingham. What's that? The supreme power. We talking, are we on Aladdin right now? Yes. God, the universe, the supreme power which desires increase in everything, meaning God wants you to win, not lose. God doesn't make poor people. He makes people. He doesn't create bad days. They're just days. You know, I put a message in the chat the other day and I said, I'm not sure if everyone clocked it, but I said, I typed out, let's have a great week. And I thought, great week. It's just gonna be another, it's just gonna be 7 days. And then I changed it to let's be great this week. You see that difference? Meaning like you gotta be great. God wants you to win. He wants to express himself through you. He's doing his best to do that. Let him get yourself out the way. Let the leader do the thinking for you. Take action. Everything but doing the thing is you buying into fear. I do stretches every morning, and then I'm not going to do them, but you look something along the lines of this where I lean forward, yeah, and I go like, and then, so what I'm doing is I'm breathing in faith and I'm breathing out fear every morning. I do it 10 times. I'm like, breathing faith, blow out fear. Do you know it says in the Bible? It's not a religious situation, but it says in the Bible for over 400 times, do not be afraid. Lean on the Lord, lean on the word, lean on the truth. There you go. Here we go. I'm still going. Ready? The supreme power which desires increase in everything and which knows everything. I mean, you can't hide anything. Some of you are like, I'll tell the leader I've done 10 people today. But God's like, you done four. I know you've done four. You know you've done four. You know, like it's like trying to get away with like it's funny when like because Stu's my coach, obviously. Stu knows when I've messed up on my diet. He just knows. You know what I mean? I can't hide anything, so I don't anymore. I just tell him, do you know what, bro? The other day I had a flapjack. Yeah. Because if I don't, he knows. God knows everything. Are you a good person? Do you look at people and judge them negatively? Do you slag people off in your mind? Do you want other people to lose? Oh, man, I'm touching a nerve here at me. I'm telling you right now, God knows everything. Who are you behind closed doors? Who are you when no one watches? Here we go. The supreme power which desires increase in everything and which knows everything will move you towards men and women who have never heard of you. Your business will increase rapidly and you will be surprised at the unexpected benefits that will come to you. Meaning, and this is what I wanted to I kind of wanted to spoil it at the start. This is what I'm talking about. When you live like this with the impression of increase and you know where you're going and you compliment people and you over deliver for people, God will move men, law of attraction, men and women towards you who have never heard of you. You'll meet someone, random person will follow you on Instagram, Facebook, whatever. It has to happen. You will attract something and you will be surprised at the unexpected benefits that will come to you. And when it does, it's funny when I see, when I see leaders on stage, go, well, here's how I did it. I did this. I'm like, no, 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 stop it. Stop it, man. You know what you did? You applied this information. That's what you did. And you attracted it. You probably did some stuff. I get it. But you can't explain luck. And what I've learned is that successful people are lucky. But what I've learned about luck is that you create your own luck by applying this information. I actually write down every day, I'm a magnet to good luck, good fortune, and miracles. I write that every day. I am a magnet to good luck. So if I believe, just correct me if I'm wrong, man. If I believe that am a magnet to good luck and I walk around with that attitude, is that not like a great way to look? Imagine walking around like that. What do most people say? Oh, just my luck. Just my luck. Oh, so you was expecting to fuck up. Just my luck, that is. We've all said it. Oh, just my luck. What? So you're unlucky? Yeah, yeah. So hang on a minute. So you want to win, but you actually believe you're unlucky. Fucking hell. Like imagine that's just living on eggshells, isn't it? Complete anxiety. Because at any minute, something unlucky is going to happen to you. I would rather be a magnet to miracles. I would personally. I'd rather be a magnet to good fortune. I'd rather be a magnet to good luck. I'd rather have my inbox full of people that want to join my business. To be honest, it's just a much better way to operate. I love this statement. The superior power which desires increase in everything and which knows everything will move you towards men and women who have never heard of you. Your business will increase rapidly and you will be surprised at the unexpected benefits that come to you. You'll be surprised. You'll be like, God, oh my God, I didn't know they had that up your sleeve. That's mad. And I promise you, when you experience those little bits of unexpected benefits, you build this relationship that is like, have you heard of like people saying that I'm scared of God, like the fear of God, God fearing, stuff like that. You start to develop that fear, and every time you even think negatively about someone, you're like, sorry, God, I didn't mean that, like, because you're literally scared to, do you know what I mean? Sin. It's like karmic debt, karma. Um, so just to recap, man, impression of increase, that's chapter 14. This gives me peace of mind because I know that if I operate and I see the best in people, like again, this is a good tip to have as well. When you see people, even your enemies, you want to look at them and be like, "Do you know what? I want that person." When I see people, I see them as a visionary. I see them at their best self. I see them confident. This is a trait that all leaders have. You have to see their potential, not their position. Okay. You have to actually imagine them being happy, healthy, and wealthy, and you're sending those vibrations to them, and they will feel good in your presence. And I promise you, if you ever feel uncomfortable in someone's presence, they don't want you to win secretly. It's what I've learned. I don't know about. Okay, I always get this funny vibe about this person. I can't fully relax around this person. I don't know what it is. I can't fully relax around them. I feel like I'm on eggshells. I feel like I have to like impress them. I don't know what it is, but this person here, I can't fully. I'm telling you, there's some thoughts there that they wanna take as much as they can from you, go and apply it, and they won't think twice about using it against you. Some deep stuff, man, and it's not a horror movie, but I'm just giving you like some like life stuff. So the focus is this. This is what I'm thinking about right now. You already, yeah? The focus is this. July 25th, we're going to be in London. Okay, I'm actually going on the 24th. No, I'm not. 23rd, I'm going. 23rd to the 26th. 25th is going to be in London. That is going to be that everyone needs to treat that like the most important event of their life. It's going to be the best event we've ever done. Seriously. That is my main focus right now. How many days is that? I don't even know how many days it is. It's less than 3 weeks. Is it? Yeah, less than 3 weeks. So the question is, who do you want to become by that date? What do you want to achieve by that date? What new habits do you want to drill in by that date? Okay, like really apply this information, man. Next, my mind is on September in Ibiza. That's what I'm thinking as well. I'm thinking because I like to think in stages. I'm thinking, right, next step is London, 25th. Then it's September. We're going to Ibiza. There's obviously going to be something in August as well. I just spoke to Jin and Elliot. We've got some really cool things coming for this group. I'm telling you. I actually can't. I wish I could, but I can't tell you. But like, it's trust me. It's like we've got some really, really cool things in place. And then I'll be like getting emotionally involved right now. It's July in giving your family the best Christmas they've had yet. What are some things that you want to do for your family this Christmas that maybe you've really wanted to do your whole life? Or maybe you've wanted to just maybe you want to give a little bit more. Maybe you want to be just happy and present and with and being like fulfilled with the track you're on. I don't know what it is, but this is how I'm thinking. So if I want to give my family the best Christmas ever, I have to get to work, correct me if I'm wrong, today, right now. Like me and my wife, on Saturday, we've got a cool day planned. I'm going to plan the whole thing. Between now and then, I'm going to be happier on Saturday and super present with my family on Saturday if I get my ass to work all week. And the more disciplined and the more I do between now and Saturday, the happier I'll be on Saturday. You get that, right? It's like when you starve yourself or stick to a super diet, mad strict diet. That cheat meal on the weekends like banging, and it's. But if you like have treats all week, it's not really the same. It's still a nice treat, but it's not like you get that, yeah. So the more focused, disciplined action you take today, here's a good tip. Is everyone listening? Yeah, is everyone locked in? I want you to imagine you've got like a nemesis, like a worst enemy, and their task is to beat you in business. I want you tomorrow or tonight, write down a to-do list that they would have if their goal was to beat you in business. What would they do tomorrow? Man, I did this morning. I was like, shit, I'm gonna have a good day today. You get that? Think about it. If someone's gonna beat you, do more than you, create more success than you, your nemesis, what would their to-do list look like? You better not let them beat you. I heard something today. It was super, super cool, man. It was like, if your goal is this and your habits don't add up to the goal, that's the reason why most people just set goals and they're basically wishes. Does that make sense? So your habits have to add up. If there's a gap, if there's a, you know what I mean? Like it can't happen. There needs to be an alignment. And that's actually where happiness, that alignment, that's where happiness is. When you are thinking, acting in alignment with your goal. Let's break it down. You got a goal to be in good shape. You're not going to the gym or eating healthy. You're going to feel good about that goal. No. You're just lying to yourself. You're writing down every day. My inbox is full of people that wanting to start my business, but you're creating no content, taking no action, not working on yourself, not becoming more attractive. It's not going to work out, is it? Thursday we got 7 p.m. We got a product call, and then obviously part three next week. All right, but we can do a quick Q&A now. I'll start the